Hey guys, Adam here as usual. Thanks for checking out the video as ever. This first one is from Burnell. He posted on Facebook. He was asking basically, how do I go about writing for a concept or with a concept in mind? And that's really tricky because it delves sort of deep into the dark regions of my brain. The way I tend to work, there's really sort of two schools of thought. You can either come up with a concept and write music to describe that concept, or you can write the music and then attach a concept to it later. I think the second way is, not that there's anything wrong with doing it, but the second way is a little bit weaker, in my opinion, because if you sort of hear, you can write a song, or you can hear a song, and then you can attach a concept to it, sort of anybody can really do that. I find it more challenging to come up with a concept and then write music that describes that concept. So the first track on the Sky Painter album, which you'll hopefully get to hear at the end of the year, the beginning of next year, is called Telling Time. I wrote the music to describe the life and death of a person. So it goes from everything from sort of conception, birth, life, and then death. And it's supposed to be kind of, it starts off as quite a linear story, and then towards the end it sort of starts to get mixed up a little bit, and different themes from the beginning come back to the end, etc. And it really kind of describes that. That's to me what life is. It's a series of sort of linear events, and once you get sort of a certain point through life, it kind of reverses a little bit. So about sort of near the end of your life, things start to deteriorate, physically, mentally, and everything that you've ever known starts to become kind of washed into one. That is my perception of old age and of death, because let's face it, I'm not old, I'm 26 and I'm not dead yet, although some mornings I wake up and I feel like I'm dead, but everybody has those days. So it's really my perception about what life and death really is, because I'm 26, judging from the men in my family, I'm probably more than a third of the way through my life. So in terms of my journey through life, you could say I'm fairly old, because I'm probably more than a third of the way through my life. I'm into the sort of real middle section, the real meat of life, where all the exciting stuff should really be starting to sort of happen now. This went quite deeper than I intended it to. But really you can write, so you can write a concept about anything, and this is where your compositional skill comes into play. If you're interested in lessons in composition, ask a few of my students sort of what they're like. And I have quite a unique sort of way of teaching composition. I've come up with my own kind of way of teaching it. So if you're interested in more in-depth sort of discussions and lessons about that, do get in touch. And that goes for anybody. It's really about choosing the notes, the harmony, the melody, the tempo, the pace, the timbre. Timbre is massively important in describing. So if you were going to paint the sky, you wouldn't necessarily paint it, I don't know, you wouldn't necessarily paint it brown, because that's not really descriptive of the sky. Generally we look at the sky and it's either blue, grey, yellow, red, orange, pink, purple, somewhere in between. It's never really brown. So you can use painting the sky brown to affect, but it wouldn't really describe the sky. And that's how you have to think about your instrumentation. I'm going to leave that there, but you can write a concept about anything. Think of something absolutely ridiculous. Think about brushing your teeth, and try to write a concept on that. Try to write some music that describes brushing your teeth, and you'll find it's bloody difficult. Yeah, that's about all I've got to say actually. Thanks for your question, Dylan, and everybody else. The videos are coming soon. Take it easy.